Hello my planner friends, it's Crystal with Happy to Plan. I'm going to be doing my Plan With Me video for the Thanksgiving week, and I'm going to of course do kind of a Thanksgiving fall pumpkin theme. I'm actually going to be using this Echo Park kit again. I used it last week and kind of did like a more of like the reds and oranges, and now this time I'm going to pull more of the pumpkins. I think I might actually use the cute little fox paper as well. And I think I also want to try to use this paper that came in the pack. It's got some really cute little cutouts that I can cut out and use in the planner. So I'm going to try to see how I incorporate this page as well. So I hope that you enjoy as always, and we'll go ahead and get started by just cutting up the paper. I'm actually going to...
All right, so like I said, I'm going to go ahead and incorporate those little cutouts. So I just wanted to get them cut out just because I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do with them. So I just wanted to get them cut out. That way I could play with them when I was doing my design. So I just cut out a couple of different ones and then I end up using them in the side panel. And you are following me on Instagram, you would have seen a sneak peek of my side panel and kind of what this layout looked like. I did post that, I believe, on Thursday. I think I posted that. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you can go ahead and head over to Instagram, and it's just Happy to Plan. All right, so when I was cutting out this paper, what I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure that I kept the squirrel image in the little boxes. So when I trimmed it, I made sure I cut it as close to the little tail as possible. And then I wanted to kind of have it so that each of the creatures were in a different spot, so it didn't all look the same. So I'm doing that to the fox paper as well. So I cut out one so it was kind of in the middle, and then one more towards the top, and then one was also more towards the bottom. All right, so once I get that cut out, I'm going to go ahead and grab some of this plaid paper. I guess it would be considered plaid. Yeah, I guess it's a plaid. And I just wanted to get that cut out. I was initially going to be using like a pumpkin theme, but it ended up that I didn't even use that paper. So you'll see here that I do use that paper, but I actually use the other side of it. All right, so let's go ahead and get all those papers cut out. Just getting a couple of these little ones cut. I'm not sure if you noticed, but that is a different planner sheet than the one that I used typically use, because I needed to pull a different planner sheet because my next week is starting my December daily planning, so I'm so excited. If you haven't been watching those videos and you're interested in December daily and what that is, I decided I was going to do my December daily in my Happy Planner. So I've been doing some videos since late September to kind of inspire everyone. So if you are interested, go ahead and check those videos out. I'll make sure I leave a link in the top. All right, now I definitely wanted to use that Grateful cut apart that came from that Echo Park kit that I showed you at the beginning. And what I decided to do was put it just across the middle there. Honestly, Thanksgiving, I probably won't even write anything because it's Thanksgiving and I'll be with my family. So it's not like I'm going to be doing anything on those days, but just, hanging out with the family. And then, so what I wanted to do was I wanted to basically just cover it all up. There's not going to be any white space in this video. And I used that orange paper. That orange paper on the flip side is actually the pumpkins that I was originally planning on using. But when I put that down, it just seems like there was too much going on with the flowers on the card and then the plaid and the animals. I just felt like adding pumpkins was going to be too much to the design. So I just decided to keep it simple and use just more of that floral print, kind of like a leaf print on there. And then I'm going to just include those two on there. And then I just thought I was going to put that, I think I actually, yeah, I do actually use those. So then I just added a little bit of that to that one side. And that's pretty much what the design is going to look like. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my side panel done here. Now I had that paper and it kind of had the same wood grain as the fox and squirrel paper. So I decided to use that on the side panel. And I definitely wanted to make a little list of things that I was grateful for. So what I decided to do was I was just going to use those little cutouts that I had cut out and just put them on the side over here. And I'm going to be writing in all of the things I'm grateful for. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cover up the numbers with some label stickers here. And then I'm going to get everything glued down. And I decided I was going to go ahead and washi those two together. And just to make sure that they kind of stay in this spot, since I was just using scraps to cover up that side panel. All right, get my little layout here done. And then I grabbed a sticker that says there's always something to be grateful for. And I'm just organizing them, and then I'm going to go ahead and get everything glued down. And then I am also going to be doing the trick where I take washi and I run washi down each of the columns to kind of help break up the columns, because obviously when you fill up the page with scrapbook paper, sometimes it's hard to do that. So you'll see here in a minute what I'm talking about. I'm going to go ahead and get that done. But first I'm going to work on this side panel, and I just had some of them kind of go over the edge, and then so I just trim them up. And then I'm going to go ahead and get that glued in my Happy Planner by using some double-sided tape. And then, like I said, I'm going to get everything glued down. So I'll go ahead and just play some music while I'm getting the glue, everything glued down, and then I'll come back. I wasn't really sure what I was wanting to do with the numbers at the top, but I did want to get them at least covered up. So I just put some brown washi down, the same washi I used for the columns. And then I just got that trimmed up. And then I'm going to go ahead and get the other side all ready to go. I do cut that part out just because it's basically the same thing. It's just gluing and then putting down the washi tape. And then once I get that washi tape on, it is going to be sticker time. really, like I said, I really couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with the numbers at the top. So I just took a little strip of the plaid paper that I was using and just put some numbers on it and just glued that to the top of the page. And I think that turned out just fine. Um, I was thinking about like taking a punch and doing leaves and stuff like that, but it just wasn't quite working, and I just wanted to get the numbers on there, so I think it looks fine. And then once I get those numbers on, I'm going to go ahead and start with my journal card. And what I decided to do was just use this wood grain paper that I had. I believe that didn't come from the paper pack, it just was in my stash. So I just trimmed it up, and I did want to make it a little bit bigger than like a typical journal card, just because I wanted to add in some more design elements to it. So I took the paper that I used, that orange like kind of leaf paper, and then I just trimmed that up to match the size of the journal card that I was using. And I'm going to put that actually in the front, and the wood grain is going to be in the back. So I'm just measuring it out. It's so funny because I measured it and then I was like, I can't even see the lines. I don't know if that ever happens to anybody, but I'm like, I can't see the lines. So I had to redo it. All right, so once I got that hole punched, and I completely hole punched it wrong. You'll see it's totally crooked, but that's all right. I just trimmed it up and then it worked just fine. All right, so I'm going to get it glued on there, and as usual, I try to glue where the holes are pretty good. And then, like I said, I had to trim it up quite a bit because it was not even, but it worked fine. So, all right, and then I just want to round the corners, of course. And then I just wanted to bring in some of that more plaid paper. And that sticker came from the Echo Park kit that I was using. And so did that leaf little border border sticker, I guess it is. And then I just stuck in a journal card, and then I just wanted to cover up that little side panel of the journal card. So I just took some of that leaf washi slash sticker border. Then that little sticker came from the pack as well, and all these stickers came from that pack as well. So I just wanted to write blessed on there. And then once I get those in here down, I'm gonna go ahead and work on the front here in a second. Oh no, I put that little everything nice. Now I'm gonna work on the front. So I just wanted to trim that out to just basically be the size of the little thank you sticker. I was planning on using that pumpkin there that's sitting there I got at the Target dollar spot, but I ended up not using it. It just felt like it was a little bit too much. All right, so let's go ahead and work on our paper clip. And what I decided to do was use this ribbon. I actually got that ribbon from my sister's stash. And I also had this other ribbon that I had in my stash. I took a red paper clip and just tied those two together. And then I didn't like the fact that they were kind of just flopping all around and didn't have any real stability to them. So I decided to take one of my Dollar Tree leaves from one of the mini floral things that I purchased, and I'm just going to glue that on top of there. And you'll see here in a second that I glued that. And again, if you are following me on Instagram, you would have seen a sneak peek of this. All right, and then of course I'll have pictures at the end, so you guys will always have a better view of what this looked like. So I just went ahead and trimmed that ribbon up, and then I just glued each of the little layers onto themselves, and I think it turned out really cute. All right, so that's all I have for you today. I will see you next time. Bye.